from the Sports Station, powered by Hamilton Orthopedics Spine and Sports Medicine. Here is News Channel 2 Sports Director Spencer Davidson.
Good evening. 2020 marked the beginning of a new decade and the chance to usher in a new and exciting era for local sports. Who would have known that 363 days ago, the wild ride that we'd be in for? Let's take a look back at the year that was.
It is time to reveal the results of the 2020 election.
2020. It began with so much optimism and the promise of a historic summer here in our backyard. It's official. In the least surprising news of this young decade so far, headlining this year's class will be the captain, former Yankee shortstop Derek Jeter. Just days later, the first domino of what would be a long year fell, devastating sports fans all over the world, including here at home. Kobe Bryant dead at 41 among his 13-year-old daughter and 7 others after a helicopter crash in Calabasas, California. The Utica College men's basketball team offered their thoughts about Kobe's legacy.
Growing up, I guess I was destined to play basketball. Given the name, I was devastated. Growing up, I've always been a huge fan, and it goes farther than just basketball. Over the next month or so, there were plenty of triumphs, local teams reaching the highest of highs.
I'm still, I think, in shock. I'm just living up the excitement from the community and from the players. It's really a great feeling.
History in the making tonight. Utica College men's ice hockey won the UCHC championship for the second time in 3 seasons. The Pioneers outlasted Wilkes University for the title.
And then began the lowest of lows.
The sports world has pretty much come to an abrupt halt today because of the coronavirus pandemic. The American Hockey League, the NHL, the NCAA announced
high school spring sports season will not be happening. But as local high school, college, and even professional teams saw their seasons destroyed by the virus, they represented the resiliency of our area by turning a negative into a positive.
How can we find ways to make sure that the concessionaire, the parking attendant, the usher can sort of be made whole or partly whole throughout this whole situation? But 2020 wasn't done spoiling plans for our year. No, it was just getting started. The Baseball Hall of Fame made the decision this afternoon to cancel the 2020 induction weekend. A weekend 5 years in the making would have to wait for a 6th. Businesses in the village of Cooperstown would be affected, including the Hall of Fame. But again, in true Central New York fashion, it bounced back. Here at the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, the doors open to visitors for the first time since March 15th.
We are usually open all but 3 days a year. We've been closed for 102 days. So this is really the first time since we opened our doors in 1939 that we've had an opening day.
Then came more waiting, more uncertainty. Local colleges canceled their fall sports season, high schools awaited their fate, and then, somehow, and albeit very different looking, we were able to find a way to play. As many in the area continue to await the status of their sports seasons, we're all holding on to hope that the changing of the calendar year breeds renewed optimism and a better outlook. Bring on 2021.